A very warm welcome to Turf Moor on a very bitterly cold evening, it's got to be said. For the first clash between these two famous clubs for the first time since March in fact 1983, when Kevin Keegan and Chris Waddle were playing for both playing for Newcastle, and Travis Stephen and Dee Dixon were turning out for Burnley. Back in those days, Coronation Street was the big draw with the Mike, Ken and Deirdre triangle story. A lot has changed though in 31 years, and Alan Pardew, unbeaten in 5 before the defeat on Saturday, takes his place. As the two teams shake hands, Jason Sheckle and Chip TLT, respective captains. Burnley make the one change from the draw with Aston Villa. That's Scott Arfield playing on the left-hand side in preference to Michael Kightly. Ashley Barnes has scored twice, has been on the winning side twice against Newcastle, both in the FA Cup at his previous club, Brighton and Hove Albion. As for Newcastle, no Sissoko and no Jack Cole back, so Papi Cisse comes in. He's the top scorer with 4 goals, and Abid, he leads the line with Abid now fitting into a 5-man midfield. There's tonight's referee, Phil Dowd from Staffordshire. And away we go then. Newcastle in those black and white stripes, and they attack the goal to our left, the Jimmy McElroy end. Burnley in cloud and blue, attacking the goal to our right. And Ings on an early ball towards Barnes early on. That will be a great confrontation there between two good sides who will have something about them. Both have been making changes, of course. Kightly not involved, he's amongst the substitutes tonight. This should be a good game, should be one to enjoy. Cisse with an early touch, just laying it off there. This is going to be a really tough evening for all teams. Bandana keeps it alive there for Newcastle. Remember, before Saturday had won their last 5, having had a very tough start of the season. There was calls for Alan Pardew to be sacked from his current position. As we see, 4 goals this season. John Dyche there, looking to see if side win hopefully his 3rd game out of 4. And Alan Pardew looking to get back to winning ways after defeat on Saturday. There's a chance for Elliott to get an early touch of the ball. He's playing almost 7 minutes of the first half and still no goals. Burnley have possession. TLT losing out, Barnes is in there, and TLT has it again for Newcastle. Touched back by Cisse, back to TLT, the 1-2. But TLT has lost it. But it's going to go for a throw. There's young Dummett, number 36. Responsibility on his shoulders. Now Barnes has gone down in a heat there in there. The man who got the winning goal against Hull City. Abid and Barnes having a little confrontation there. The referee just giving Barnes a little conflict with him. Once aside, once again, that both sides in a nutshell could certainly do with winning, that's for sure. Boyd winning that one rather well, and did very well indeed. And now Burnley comes starting forward, and Ings is through now. Danny Ings could turn, Ings shoots, good save, and that was a really good bit of play by Burnley. They still have it. Trippier, good cross in there by Trippier, and away by Newcastle. And that was a great opportunity for Burnley to take the lead early on in the game. And Danny Ings, who has got 3 goals to his credit this season, 1 against Everton here and 1 against Stoke City, or 2 against Stoke City at the Britannia, almost made it 4 then for the season. But Elliott stood big and made the save. And we'll have a look at a replay in just a moment. Meanwhile, it's a throw to the Clarets, and it's taken quickly. And it's gone for a throw to Newcastle, but Elliott Millie pulled off a terrific save, maybe one for the cameras, but Boyd winning it initially. Good play by Jones to set it up, and watch the way Arfield plays that in behind the defence, and Ings turns, and what a save that was by Elliott. Just had to put a hand out on it, and he got it away. So a throw to Burnley. Trippier to take. He's sheltering, in fact. Trippier gets a little ricochet. The ball in behind. That's a good ball. Barnes' cross. And turned away by the defender for the corner. It was Williamson who turned that one behind. And Newcastle here in this first half looking well and truly under the cosh. That's the ball there by Barnes. And he just needed a bit more precision on it, maybe in the middle there. But a corner kick, and David Jones will take the corner. Both defenders up from the back. Keane and Shackle. Taken quickly, shot by Jones rather to Boyd. Back to Jones again. Cross got a deflection and it's belted away upfield by Newcastle. And a chance here now for them to break away. So a really good first half here for the Clarets so far as a throw's been given to Newcastle. But the movement of Burnley has been so significant in the way that they've strung good moves together, certainly down the right hand side, and look increasingly like scoring at every opportunity. Meanwhile, Newcastle come charging forward, and Tom Heaton takes that one, no trouble at all. Good goalkeeping there by the Burnley goalkeeper, who since coming to the club on a free transfer from Bristol City has really made that #1 spot more or less his own. Gets it forward to Ward. And Arfield. Ward again. Up and under there for the Newcastle defence to try and deal with. Game starting to get a little bit congested rather furiously in the midfield area. And here come Newcastle again, bursting down. But unfortunately, it's gone for a goal kick as Giote tried to run on that one. There's the two managers in shot. A win for either one would be so vital. Ball for Sean Dyche, then for Alan Pardew, one would have to say. Now Keane, Jones, Ward. Good play again by the Clarets, and Ings has held it up well. And a throw. And it's been given the other way. Danny Ings doesn't like the decision. I have to agree with him there. It looked like a Newcastle player he touched last. Ball back to Elliott. And Elliott having to get it away first time, and he didn't get it away very far there. And a chance there, and it's just gone wide. Well, it's gone well wide, in fact. Danny Ings with the effort. And it goes wide of the target. And it would have been asking an awful lot to score from there. He tried an audacious attempt, you may remember, against Hull City like that, and he didn't get it exactly right. He was a bit further in that time. And alas, a goal kick. There's Papi Cisse, 4 goals, as I say, to his credit this season. Elliott with the kick. Back on. My Gouffran and Cisse now. And a little cross in there, but again Burnley snuff out the danger and can come away through Scott Arfield again. They've had better than 20 minutes, Burnley, although Newcastle have had plenty of the possession. For a very cold evening, it's a good turnout, and a good turnout from the Newcastle fans. There's about 3,500 come down from the North East for this game. Even though it's been played over midweek, and here's Ings with the opportunity, and it's over the top. And it was Barnes with the opportunity. Ashley Barnes who scored the winning goal here against Hull. Almost had the opportunity then to put the Clarets in front. Good skill there from Barnes, just over the top of the crossbar. A really good move again from Burnley, showing why they are coming into form just at the right time. Oh dear. Now the captain Shackle finds his defensive partner young Michael Keane on loan from Manchester United. Trippier with a long ball forward. Brilliant held up by Ings. Boyd with a shot. Yes! Brilliant goal! Absolute belter from Boyd. It's 1-0. And what a goal! And the Burscough Bertie the Bee joins in with the celebrations. And Burnley take the lead. And on balance of chances created, they've had the better of it. The long ball from Trippier. There's the ball in, and what a clever knock down by Ings. And it kept Boyd all the time in the world. The Newcastle defence gave them too much space. or give him too much space to tee it up with his first touch and then to fire it in with his second touch. That was an extraordinary piece of play. Left foot, goalkeeper deceived perhaps by the flight of the ball and the forest of bodies around him, but even so, a great goal there by George Boyd, and Burnley are 1-0 up. Well, that really fires it up now. 1-0 to Burnley. Sean Dyche knows that this could be a crucial blow for Burnley to strike. And Newcastle now under the cosh. Tiote concedes or wins the throw. What a moment for George Boyd. So another throw. Newcastle now having to chase the game. Having been second best surely throughout the entire game. The cross coming in and easiest pie for goalkeeper Tom Heaton. Well, what a moment that was for George Boyd. I think that's his first goal for the club actually, believe it or not, as Heaton gets that one away. There's a great atmosphere in and amongst the Turf Moor crowd, that's for sure. But Boyd took his goal ever so well. Hooked away once again. Well, here's Boyd again. He's certainly having a really good go here. He's certainly having a good game, certainly at the moment, that's for sure. And a very, very cold evening here at Turf Moor. The notebook out, but his side, a goal down for Alan Pardew. We're inside the last 30 seconds of normal time. Shackle. Keane. Gets it forward, a lovely flighted ball, but again, good defending again from Newcastle. Idiara with the clearance. And here is Kieran Trippier. Right at the end of the first half, and it's been a good first half, certainly from Burnley's viewpoint. They've created a better chances and are worthy of winning one up, and they might have a chance now for Arfield to try and create a second. And here he is on the far side. And that's a good ball to Boyd. And a good intelligent run. And Jones is through! Jones! Oh, he's hit it over the bar! Oh, what a good move again for Burnley. And Jamie Jones bursting through from the midfield. Intelligent play, first by Arfield, and then the little flick by Boyd. And Ings put him in the clear. And Jones blasted it over the bar. An opportunity going big in there in the 1 minute that is for stoppage time. And that would have been an absolute belter for Burnley to go in 2 goals up, and it would have been deserved on the balance of play. We're now well deep in the time added on. We've got about 10 seconds of it to go. Ings disputing a decision. In fact, it's gone Newcastle's way. But if Jones had put that second one in, it might have been a different tale. The ball goes for a throw, and referee now brings the first half to a close. So a good first half for Burnley. They had 2 good opportunities. Certainly Ings had the better of one, but he set one up, and George Boyd profited right 10 minutes before the half-time interval. And here at Turf Moor then, in a very feisty encounter, Burnley have the lead against Newcastle by 1-0 at half-time. Welcome back to Turf Moor for the second half. One change at half-time. Stephen Taylor comes on. And Mike Williamson has been substituted, I think, purely because of the inexperience that Burnley have suffered, or Newcastle rather, suffered at the back. So a real opportunity now for Newcastle to really try and get themselves back into this contest at the start of the second half. Burnley have made no changes, by the way, for the second half, so all is well from the Burnley viewpoint as referee Phil Dowd of Staffordshire prepares to get this second half underway. Burnley 1 up, and the goal scored by George Boyd, although Jones should have scored just before that. As we get underway in the second half, Burnley now attacking the Jimmy Rucker-Royce goal end to our left hand side. Newcastle attacking the cricket field stand to the right, where 3,500 are there. Geordie Army are based, the Toon Army I should say are based, and Booth that man's fought. He's made a half-time substitution at the back, believe it or not, so we'll see what difference Mike Williamson makes it, certainly in terms of the back four. But Newcastle's passing again awry at the start of the second half. And he looked a team in the first half. They created a couple of hard chances, and of course Abbey burst through. But apart from that, they showed precious little imagination, Newcastle, any precious creativity to try and get themselves in front. And here come Burnley at the start, looking to really ram home this advantage they've got. As Jones spreads Trippier, good early cross, and Arfield was at the back post, or by the penalty spot area, trying to nod the ball goalless. And a goal kick to Newcastle. And Sean Dyche will want the same sort of commitment his team certainly got in the first half. There's no doubt about that. That was a risky one there from Elliott. They got away with that one. Former Accrington goalkeeper, of course. Played for Accrington Stanley on loan for a few years. There's Dummett, number 36. Looking into the first team rather well. Newcastle, of course, with a very bad injury list. No Jack Cole back for this trip as well. Of course, he's up against Sunderland later next month as well. Later this month as well. That's a dodgy back pass as well, and the goalkeeper, if he had been closed down a lot quicker, that could have been trouble there for goalkeeper Elliott. Instead of which now Newcastle can break out from defence. And a chance here for Amiobi now for Newcastle. Good challenge again. And really, so far, Newcastle not been allowed too much of an opportunity to try and get themselves into the game. That's the way it's always been at the moment. And Newcastle keeping possession rather well here now, as we approach 3 minutes gone in the second half. Now, what can they cook up on this far side? Trippier to meet it. There's the cross. Trippier should get it away, but didn't. That was a poor ball from Trippier, and he could well be punished for that. It's still not away yet. The ball back into the area, and there's a flick, and it's 1-1. Cisse has got in there. That's his 5th goal of the season. And Gouffran holds him high there, and the Newcastle fans go absolutely berserk in the cricket field stand away to the right hand side. And thanks to a poor clearance here from Trippier, there's the cross from Amiobi, not dealt with properly by first Keane, and then Trippier, whose attempted clearance was so horrendous. There's the cross back in. Gouffran left it, and Cisse came in, and from no more than 6 yards out, couldn't miss. Tom Eaton, hand to prayer. And it's Burnley 1, Newcastle 1, and Cisse gets the equaliser. Well, what a game we've got on our hands now. Newcastle, who were devoid of any ideas in the first half, certainly the opening couple of minutes of the second, well, they got back in it through a mistake by Trippier, and now they come forward again with Gouffran. Gouffran with the cross, and Cisse was there again, and Jones hooks it away for the Clarets. So as this game goes on, it's going to be nip and tuck now. Burnley have it now. Being pegged back to the 1 each is not what they want at this precise moment, but that's what they've got at the moment. And now here come the Clarets now looking to try and battle back with Boyd, and there's a chance here for Arfield. It's a half a chance. They're all across, and the goalkeeper carried it well. So positive there for Sean Dyche's team. And now Newcastle come breaking out of defence once again. What a game now we've got ourselves here at Turf Moor. And here come Newcastle at the other end. That's the cross. And behind for the corner. End-to-end stuff now. Danny Ings conceding the corner. Well, what is going to happen now? They'll all pull back. Tiote will have a go. And Tiote shoots. And it's a good save from Tom Heaton. Well, what a game this is turning out to be. There's the chairman of Newcastle, Mike Ashley, looking on. A bit more of a smile on his face now. His team have equalised. Rather Burnley. Trippier to take. And still looking for a winning goal here at Turf Moor. And it's with goalkeeper Elliott now. Oh, gone. And still no go. Still 1-1. But a wonderful game of football now. Certainly livening up in the second half. anyone can still win this game. Sean Dyche asking for calm over on the far side. Tonight for the old blankets underneath the trousers. And another free kick taken this time from Burnley. Up towards Ward that time. There's the header on. And still that's going to run out for a goal kick. Steve Money asking for more from his side. So 61 minutes of the contest. And the kick forward again. Well, it's been a good competitive game, and Newcastle again in on the far side again. There's the cross behind everybody, in fact, and here's Boyd to bring it out for the Clarets. Ward, he had to do well, and he's injured himself, and that looked like a very nasty challenge indeed by the Newcastle man. Ward is in agony. Gouffran went flying in on him. Let's see what happened. Oh, that was a nasty little challenge, a little bite there. And from the moment Gouffran had made the tackle, Ward was injured. And it doesn't look good for the former Wolves man, I have to say. There may well be a change in the offing for Sean Dyche's men. That does not look a good sight, to say the least. And everybody hopes that George Boyd just going over to the bench. And this is what happened again. Trippier's ball forward, and this was the goal. Boyd took aim and fired in. That made it 1-0 to Burnley, and then Yamat's cross. Flicked on by Gouffran, and Cisse with the equaliser. Made it 1-1. And at the moment, Ward receiving treatment on the ankle, and I think he's in so much agony. I don't think he's going to be able to continue. I don't think, which is a shame really, because he's played a good well. Players taking on drinks at this precise moment. And I think they're calling Ben Mee over to replace the stricken Stephen Ward, who, by the looks of things, is stricken. The referee making the signal to the gesture to the fourth official that the substitute will be needed. Ben Mee was warming up, and it looks as if Ward may well need a stretcher. This does not look good at all for the Clarets. Ward, who came into the side, replaced Ben Mee, who was certainly out of form early season, and have made that place his own, and now this could be a real setback. And this is how he did it. And well, I suppose it was a late challenge there, perhaps by Gouffran, but he only needs a little nick and you're injured. Maybe he fell awkwardly, I don't know. Maybe I was being a bit harsh, maybe on the Newcastle player, but it doesn't look too good. And maybe this is, well, the stretch is coming on, and it's not a good sight to see. And we hope everything will be alright as regards Stephen Ward, that's for sure. But it's a shame to see a great player who's come in and made his spot his own. It means now a chance for Ben Mee to have a piece of the action. There's the fourth official there, Chris Foy. And there is the sad sight of Stephen Ward being stretchered off. And let's hope it's a precautionary measure and it's nothing too serious. And he's getting a good reception from all four sides of Turf Moor. Ben Mee now comes on to take his place. But a real sad sight to see Stephen Ward stretch it off and leave the field in that kind of fashion. We wish him very, very well, and we hope it's just a precautionary. So we're inside the last quarter of an hour, and still anyone's game for the taking. It's been a great game. Been a good second half, just marked slightly by Ward's injury. Here comes Goffran for Newcastle. Yama playing the ball back. Tiote's there. Now Taylor. One ball forward over the top and out for a throw. Well, what a game this has been. Turpmore is now jumping. Alan Pardew knows. This could be a crucial point for them. Burnley know that a point would be satisfactory, although considering how they only got one against Villa on Saturday where they should have had all three. There's the ball in, now a chance, opportunity here, and the ball across, and it's behind for the corner. Yamar couldn't take any chances. That was a lovely little dink cross in there, and it was a dangerous one. Ings put the ball into the area, and Yamar was just able to get it away for the corner. Trippier to take it. We've had plenty of corners in this game, that's for sure. Trippier with a corner kick, and Keane was in there again. Not once but twice. Keane again. Blocked. Still comes out. Ings with a shot, and it's flashed out as if for just about for a goal kick. But Keane had two opportunities there, and there was the first one, headed away, blocked out, and then he had a second go, charged down. It came out to Barnes rather, and his shot just went away. Now Tiote battling with Ings, and Ings was fouled, says the referee. Tiote on the ground for straight, but I think he's going to get a caution, and I think the referee's got every right to book him. He lost the ball here. Watch this. Loses the ball here. Ings is in there, and Tiote fouls Ings, even though he's forward of the four. The referee spot on, and Tiote quite rightly goes into the book. A real piece of petulance in there by Cheick Tiote, and a yellow card it is to the Newcastle captain. And Burnley here have a good chance here. Trippier complaining that the Newcastle man's not 10 yards back. Now then, there's about just over 10 minutes left. Barnes is forward. Can he get his second goal of the season? Well, you'd like to think so. So Boyd and Barnes both in there. There's the cross, or the free kick rather. Xhaka is there. The ball back across, and the whistle's gone for pushing. And absolutely, well, Burnley are furious because they felt they did nothing wrong there. Barnes was involved. Xhaka was there as well, the captain. But he was penalised. Free kick. It was a foul on back to Stephen Taylor. So we're inside the last 8 minutes. Keane. 8 minutes left. One ball by Trippier. Good ball up there. Only half away. Comes to Di Marni, and over the bar. Well, he's not rolling down for goal scoring, young Di Marni. Never has been for the clubs he's played for, Tottenham and Hull respectively, before this move to Burnley. And his shot, he got well underneath it. Going to be a Burnley change. And it's going to be Jutkiewicz who's going to come and enter the fray for Ashley Barnes. So no goal for Ashley Barnes today, but he's worked hard. There's no doubt about that. And Jutkiewicz, who's yet to score for the Clarets, comes on to take his place for the remaining 6 minutes that remain. So less than 3 minutes to go. Newcastle getting on with it, as they ought to now. There's a winning goal in the offing here, and there's a chance here, and it was Cisse who was going right in there, completely missing his kick, and a goal kick to Burnley. But once again, Newcastle looking to threaten again. The ball steered in and Cisse just couldn't get the touch. Inside the final minute. 1-1. And here come Burnley now looking to win it. I mean, seen Patrick Cisse a minute or two ago, misses opportunity, and here's Ben Mee charging forward. He's got Boyd out to the left. This is George Boyd, prepared to take on Gouffran and beat him in a wide grace, and it's the free kick to Burnley. And quite rightly given. Gouffran was favourite there, and he came off second best, thanks to the real weight and commitment of this fella there in your picture. Now, what a chance for the Clarets. If they can snatch a winning goal from here, the whole place will erupt. Trippier to take the free kick. Xhaka and Keane are forward for the back. I think Ben Mee is up there as well. There he is. Arfield is there too. Ben Mee standing there, as you can see. Hips on shoulders there. Right in the centre, right over there by the penalty spot. Phil Dowd just checking for pushing. What a finish. So, what will happen here from this set play? Here comes the free kick. Trippier with it. Mee with a header. Just wide. Opportunity there for Ben Mee. Doesn't score many goals, the left back. But Trippier really floated that one in really well. And Mee just couldn't get it on target. Deep into stoppage time. We played about a minute. Remember, we got to about 4 minutes of time added on at the end. And Yaman now breaking forward for Newcastle. Here comes the cross, charged away. Corner kick to Newcastle, conceded by the striker Jurkovic. Well, it's been a game that has certainly excited and amazed everyone. Certainly in the second half, Burnley scoring before half time certainly lit the blue touch paper. And can Abid now send in the corner that could break Burnley hearts. Taylor forward from the back. The referee, I've seen some pushing and shoving there, and the linesman just making sure that the referee's happy with all the jostling inside the penalty area. Not going to help Abid in too much of a sense. That's his corner, nodded back, and there was a foul on a Burnley player by, well, the corner from Abid, and it was a foul inside the area. Free kick to Burnley, and it looks like increasingly it's going to be a point apiece now for both Newcastle and Burnley. Frustration on Pardew's face, but at least it might not be a defeat for him. But Burnley are minor unlucky again to probably draw a game that they should really have tried to have won. But they've been unlucky tonight. I think 1-1 is just about right. If the Villa scoreline was an unfair one for 1-1, this certainly hasn't. It's been rather fair. Burnley certainly dominated the first half, but Newcastle had a little bit more better of it in the second half. And here come Burnley now looking to win it. And Barney was bursting a cut there to get inside the penalty area and get a telling ball in, but just couldn't do so. Final minute now of the stoppage time. And a long ball down the ground. Now a chance here. Can Cisse get in behind the defence? He might get a second chance there. Nonchalantly plays the ball back. And now Yaman now takes the ball for Newcastle. Abid puts the ball into the area. Well, just towards the far side in fact. And a good finish to this game. And a foul there by Scott Arfield. He'll take a yellow card for that. Professional foul. A good yellow card to get. And it just gives Burnley that bit of breathing space to get everybody back and try and see it out. It was a foul there on Cabella. Professional foul. Arfield certainly knew what he was doing. Just had to take one for the team, basically. And now he'll take a yellow card and he'll face this free kick. And if Burnley can see this out, it will be a point apiece. And I think, on terms of the balance of the way the game's gone, it's certainly been a game of two halves for sure. The Clarets dominated the first half, took the lead. Newcastle come back in the second half. Both teams have had chances, but I think 1-1 would just about be right. Free kick then for Newcastle, right at the end. A little chip in there, and again, good defending there from the Clarets. And that should be that now. All eyes on referee Phil Dowd. The whistle goes, and it's 1-1 at Turf Moor in a very entertaining game of football. And I think a point apiece on true reflection is about right. Pardew and Dyche, both managers, can go away rather happy with themselves. It was a great game. Boyd had put Burnley in front 10 minutes before half time, and then 3 minutes into the second half, Papiss Cisse with his 5th goal of the season drew Newcastle level. With a good game of football to warm up for the coldest of hearts on a very chilly evening here in Burnley. And both sides come away with something to show for the efforts shown.
Valuable point tonight, and again, you could have come up with 3 in.
Yeah, very pleased with the lads again tonight. You know, another good sign of what we want to be about. I thought first half they were very good. I thought some of the quality of the football opened up good chances, many bright performances amongst the players, and we had that really big chance right at the death of the first half to go 2-0 up, and you know that would have obviously sailed us down even further. Second half they come out, they have to react, of course, and I mean, we actually gave them a reaction really by giving away a really poor goal, which is unusual for us. And after that they had found some good pockets of play because they're a good side, they're in form. But I thought our relentless attitude to keep pressing, keep closing the game out, and then to keep trying to score, I thought was very good. So I'm very, very pleased with the players, and certainly their mentality and their quality at times again.
The real positives are at both ends. You're creating chances now, and Tom's having very little to do, really.
No, that's right. Really pleasing. You know, they had a lot of long stuff and mainly sort of flick-on chances or any, not really great chances, as you suggest, and, you know, free kicks and things like that. But no, I mean, there is good signs. There's a nice balance to what the team are performing and how they're delivering performances, I should say, at the moment. So, you know, we want that to continue, of course. We have to work hard for it because these sides are good sides, as you saw again tonight. But it's fair to say we're certainly handling things well again at the moment.
Right, it's looking more and more like we belong at this level. The players seem to be growing in confidence in game time.
Well, I said early season, there's an adaptation period, you know, but I know what you mean. The players have been settling, we're playing some good stuff, we're being effective within our performances, and we do look solid as a group, but we know this is a very unforgiving league, so we've got to make sure we keep building on that, do things right on the training field, and then take it into performances.
The one downside on the night, Stephen White, how's he looking?
Yes, excuse me, it's too early to say at the moment. He's probably going off to hospital. I'll double check that, but just for a precaution at the moment, we're not too sure on it.
What happened there, ankle, is it?
Yeah, ankle.
And just finally, the good news, you're out of the bottom 3. It's a little early in the season, but we're out of the bottom 3, that's great news.
Well, you know, I mean, the journey's been a tough one at times so far, but it's looking nice and positive. There's a nice feel to it. I don't overthink the table, certainly not at this stage. That's for others to decide upon. The mantra's clear from last season, one game at a time. We make sure we look at performances, we re-evaluate it, debrief it, try and tweak things and move on to the next one. So that's what we'll keep doing.
Well, that's that, Gavin.